Now I think we're live. Oh my goodness. I almost pulled a Joseph. I clicked it and I did not pay attention that you're up here, not over here. Excuse me, sorry. I just settle down. Oh my goodness. I clicked it, but I didn't pay attention that I wasn't seeing your comments coming in on my other side of this world here. Okay, let me just, I have to move something because if I don't, sorry guys. Let's see. I need to pull up my reference photo really quick. You know, a prepared person would have that up already. I totally forgot. Actually, I don't really need it per se. Well, I kind of do want it, but hi, George. Let's just real quick say hello to everybody. How about that? Can we start again? Oh my goodness. So hello, welcome to the stream. We're going to be working on the gouache painting, the Enchanted Woods today. I see that George is here. Hopefully he's brought snacks. I just had some snacks. Speaking of snacks, in fact, there's like, yep, there's some back there. Don't worry, I won't be eating. I will not be eating and creating. Hello to Belle. I hope you're well. And Tara is here. Okay, I don't see Joseph yet, but who knows? He may pop in anytime. All right. Excuse me. All right. We are good to go. I'm excited. I've been looking forward to this. Stephen Wood, hello. Hello to you too. I'm like, can I get in? Oh, I need to just slightly, don't mind me, just moving that a little bit. There we go. Your wireless, Belle said, wireless headset just died, looking for a replacement. Well, speaking of things dying, I didn't have the video last week like I wanted to because I was getting ready to, hi Dee. I was getting ready to record, had everything set up, and it is for a special project that I was doing, which I'll tell you guys about in a second. And all of a sudden, everything's on, all the lights, nice and bright, and then nothing. They all died. I'm like, I have 3 lights, the big lights that are here. I'm like, I have 3. For all 3 to die at the same time? No. And it wasn't something else because my computer, everything else was still working. So it was the power supply for my USB plugs. I have like a hub that you put like all your USB powered things into. Hello, Jacqueline. And anyways, it died. So I was not able to record. I had to go order a replacement. And luckily that came in. I was able to get the recording done that I wanted to do. And so speaking of, I have to schedule it as soon as I'm done. But Saturday, I'm going to have a video for you on Saturday, which I usually don't have videos on Saturday. But this Saturday is a special occasion. I am doing, or I have done, a collab, did a collaboration with Tara Giblin Art, which you guys will know is one of my mods now. And so much fun. It was so much fun. I am not going to give away anything. I'm just going to like, but as of 8 a.m. Eastern time, Saturday morning, pretty sure that's the time we agreed because there's like a 5-hour difference between us and we want them to hit at the same time. So about 8 a.m. on Saturday. So when you wake up and have coffee and, you know, join me and you can see what we did for a collaboration. It was a lot of fun. I'm just going to leave it at that, right? It was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun. It was wonderful to work with Tara, and I can't wait for you guys to see it. So join me Saturday, and yeah, it'll be a regular video. It's not going to be live. Although I'll have to talk to Tara. We should like go premieres or something so we can chat, like set mine up as a premiere and hers up as like, I don't know. I don't know. It's something possibly interesting. Okay. So that's the news. That's the news. We have, obviously, you see how bright they are now. Like, or I've replaced the batteries in my topiary lights. So that's back on. And, yeah. All right. My stuff is like upside down here. Hold on. I just have to move one quick thing. Always the professional. Always prepared, right? There we go. So where I usually see you guys on chat, where it pops in, I wasn't seeing it. It was reversed, and I was going to end up commenting or trying to grab something. Last thing I want to do is accidentally ban somebody. Click in the wrong spot. Would not be good. Okay. We're all set. All right. So we're working on the gouache piece today, and there's a lot of traffic on my street right now. I'm going to share a quick unboxing with you because I had mentioned something last time, and I got it. I ordered it. I was telling you guys about the gouache travel palette. So let me bring it down to the desk, and let's see if we can get this. I hope you guys can't hear that. The neighbor's dog. The neighbor's dog. Yeah. I love dogs. Don't get me wrong. I love dogs. I don't love when you just let your dog run around loose and bark and carry on. We'll talk about that in a second. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Let's see what we got here. So, why is this? Oh, there we go. Okay. For whatever reason, I wasn't able to see part of my screen. Little unboxing for you. I ordered the gouache travel palette that I was telling you guys about. So, see if I can, scissors somewhere. Scissors. Oh, my ears are like pressure. It has been kind of dreary today. Not really raining, but like I got up this morning and excuse me, it's on my Snapchat story. Not that anybody follows me on Snapchat because I don't put that out there. But I was sitting, it was like misty, but it was mist, not necessarily full drizzle, so I could sit outside and I still wasn't getting wet. So I went outside anyways. I had my coffee and I was watching hanging out with my hummingbirds. Got some photos. Those will be reference photos. I saw Tara posted stuff about Patreon. I now have a tier with reference photos. And I got an amazing photo of George, who's sorry, George. We named the hummingbird George. We named the hummingbird George before we had George pencil art with us. Oh, so was that we named the monkey Jack? Yeah, anyways. And I got some great, amazing pictures of the male full flash, so you could see all the red in his throat. So that's coming. Patrons will have definitely at least one hummingbird photo coming next for July. So I'm excited about that. Plus a new lighthouse. I've been trying to include a different lighthouse each month because I have lots of lighthouses I've collected. Okay, so let's get down to what we're unboxing here. So this came with, and these just look like it was a free set of brushes that came with it. Paint Your Friend Professional Artist Brush. I don't know about that, but ideal for watercolors, oils, and acrylics. I love when they say they're ideal for everything. As I quickly have learned, I don't like certain brushes I don't use the same kind of brush for everything. These just look like a basic tack-on. Yeah. Who knows? Who knows how they'll be, but they were free, so. Okay, good, George. I'm glad. I've always wanted a hummingbird named after me. I'm glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. You have one. Yep, George. And we call the female Linda. So we have George and Linda. I'm just going to set those behind me. I won't be using those anytime soon. If at all, I may just gift those to some young artist who would like some. So obviously this is not English. but I did link it in the description below. This is the one I was talking about. Let's see. When we were talking about put my scissors away too quickly. When we were talking about plein air palettes for gouache. I need that to be open. All right. Wow. Good luck getting in. Goodness. There we go. I think we finally got it. So I know some of you have probably seen other artists. I'm just going to trash this over here. Okay. I don't think that I will be using this guy on it. But I believe this, it can hook. It can hook here. It could hook here. I don't think I'm wearing it around my neck, but I suppose you could if that's what you wanted to do. If I wore it around my neck, I would wear the water on my lap. Just saying. That'd be me. I would definitely do that. Definitely. All right. Let's see how we get this open. Click. I guess just click that up. Yep. Click that up. Pops out. Okay. So there's a groove on this side in here. There's a groove. So this here sticks into that groove like so. And then it just presses down in there and you click that. Can you guys see that? Well, okay, there we go. So it clicks over. So it lifts. Different. I think this one is slightly, just slightly different from some I've seen other people use. And then this, of course, pops out. There's your rinsing well. Has a spot where you can hold paintbrushes there. So, and that one maybe. Anyways, I don't think I would put them in there. I'm not a fan of setting my paintbrushes so that the so that they're sitting up. I want them downwards, not upwards, especially if they're wet. And oh, my hands are shaky. I mean, I guess, yeah, I would end up smashing the bristles of the brush in there. It would be a thing. So this is kind of like my Faber-Castell one. Very similar, very similar. Of course, paint puck. And I can honestly say, ooh, would oh, well, all my paint pucks are in water. I was gonna say, would a paint puck fit in the bottom of that with the I would say yes, because there is enough recessed here. Bet you. I'm just reaching in the water. Why not? Inquiring minds and all. I'm here for you. All right, so I could put a paint puck in there, and now will this palette fit with it there? And be able to close. Key points there. And be able to close. The answer is absolutely yes. That's fantastic. So now I need another paint puck because I would absolutely have to have one. Oh, I love them. Not sponsored, by the way. Not sponsored. Paint puck. I should hashtag paint puck in that. Tag them. Be like, if you're watching, I love your products. Can I definitely would love to try some new stuff out. All right, let's look at the top of this. And then, okay, so this one, how on earth? You have to be smarter than the average bear to get these in. How on earth? I don't want to break it because I would do that. But it looks like you have to, okay, it does just click open. So you just, that clicks open and then you can open the palette. Oh, guess what? It has a nice solid seal here. You need to peel that up so it pops down in. And it definitely, it looks like it will seal the whole thing. So I'm going to have to test this out. We're going to put something in it. And I'm like, gouache or, I mean, the whole point is if you put gouache in, it stays wet. Oh, and the wells, you see how deep they are. I bet you that's more than a half pan would hold. Oh, now that I've done it, now I'm not scared. Yeah. So let me just tell you. About ½ inch deep. Yep. And those are, wow, it's about 3/4 of an inch. So the ones in the centers, I'm going to catch up on chat in a moment. Somebody give Joseph a pass. So the ones that are in the center are about 3/4 of an inch by 3/4 of an inch by about ½ an inch deep. So that is, I'm pretty sure, larger. Sorry, I know I'm turning my back to you guys. Sorry. Like, my palette's downstairs because I was painting. I have to, I'm going to try to do, maybe I'll do it as a YouTube short. I was going to do it on Instagram. I've not put out a YouTube short ever. But it was like painting pansies, which is on my Snapchat story. Now you're all going to be going searching. She's on Snapchat? I am. Anyhow. And it was painting pansies. So I had my go bag that I've shown you guys a bunch of times. And it's downstairs as I was painting. So I'm just going to stick that behind me now. That's that. I wanted to show you because I did talk to you about it. Excuse me. I did talk to you about it 2 weeks ago, the last live stream. And I've been wanting one. So I was like, well, I told you guys about it. And I shared the link. I did pin the link, like I said. The link is in the description below. And I said, and I got a great deal on that. I don't remember exactly how much it was, but that was like the best price I had seen them for that particular one. So it is linked below. It looks like it's decent quality. I don't see anything that would be wrong with it. Pretty sturdy. I will be checking, we'll put some stuff in it and we'll test it out. Okay, I'm going to real quick, because I've been seeing some orange, my name going by. If you tag at Clark Fine Art, it kind of highlights on my side of the screen. Or if you type question in all caps, that really will highlight on my screen even better. So, yes. Okay. I just want to make sure I haven't missed anybody. I said hi to Belle, hi to Jacqueline and Steven. Now I feel like I'm going to age myself here. I feel like Romper Room. I need one of those little, the little mirrors that she looks through. I see Steven and I see Tara and Joseph sneaking in late in the back. Okay. Oh, yeah, Jacqueline. I do as well. Jacqueline said, finds she always, she's always taking reference photos. I take a lot, especially now that I added that to Patreon in one of the tiers. And Tara can tell you about the quality of photos because she got some last month. So if you have any questions, ask her. Excuse me. I'll have to show you guys a sample. I'll have to do something just so I can pop it up, just to kind of show you a sample of like what I do. And I try to make sure that they're all kind of different. So if that's something that might interest you, of course, that link is in the description. And I see that Tara keeps popping that in the chat. So, okay. Oh, wow. Belle got a deal for $3.99. Lots of frames and mats. That's excellent. It's like, isn't it great? Like when you find like a, excuse me, a treasure, you can just make a great deal. And yeah, I'm guessing you guys can hear. I was like, I didn't ask if they could hear me. I'm guessing you can because you've been answering things I've been saying or responding. Oh my goodness. I agree. I agree. I have paint pucks like everywhere. I mean, look, my little shaving scuttle. I've shown you guys this before. I can't tip it. It's full of water. But, and I don't have a side cam right now because remember when I said my cams went all crazy and I lost them all? Yeah, I haven't gotten them all back in. But yeah, there's a paint puck in that. That's one of the little tiny ones. And then this one will swell. Like if I put that in OMS, it would get bigger, get like twice its size. That particular kind. And then of course, I have one in my paint water that we made during one of the live streams. And the one that I got as a gift. And then of course, they're everywhere. They do such a good job. They're worth it. They do such a good job. I mean, it's just a quick brush over that, and my brush is clean. And then, unless of course my water's filthy. But yeah. Oh my gosh, you're going from Windows 7 to Windows 10? That's a big, well, what is Windows on now? I'm like, wait a minute, is that current Windows? I have no idea because I have not been a PC. Wow. In fact, let's see, Windows XP. So whenever Windows XP came out for all of you PC Windows users, I think that was the last new Windows that I had. And right after that, for college, I had to use Mac. And once I went Mac, I just never went back. You know what I'm saying? That was it. Which I know half of the world loves to hate Mac and the other half just loves Mac. So that's okay. That is okay. You use whatever works for you. Oh, let's see. With frames, do you use the backing board behind the mat mount if there is room for it, or do you toss that and use your own heavy-duty staples with a heavy-duty stapler? Great question. So I have not, because before recently, so there's George's question for those of you, just in case. So, and before, like, till recently, what do you want to call it? Wow, the brain's not working. I did a lot of work on canvas. So I didn't do a lot of work on paper, with the exception of a few. There's a few. Now, when I do something that's paper, especially like if I'm going to sell it, then I put it in an archival sleeve. I have the backer board, the mat, and the artwork. And so if I take one of those and pop it into a frame, I tend to, because I will secure the artwork so it doesn't move around. So usually, especially if I'm just going to pop that into a frame with the mat that's in it and the back, I'll just keep it all together and put it in there, if that makes sense. So that's what I do. Hope that helps. Okay. Hi, Sheila. Welcome. Glad you could join us. Okay, I think I got everybody. Not a lot of, I would say there's not a lot of lighthouses in Indiana. But that is, yeah, I'm going to be doing, for my patrons, I am going to be doing a different lighthouse every month. For, how many months I could go? Between Cape Cod and Maine. So from the coast of Cape Cod to the Canadian border in Maine, Lubec is the farthest point east. There are a plethora of lighthouses. I think I have been to every lighthouse on the East Coast or on Cape Cod, rather. Excuse me, not every lighthouse on the East Coast. I wish. So because that'd be a lot of time spent on the coast. I love being on the coast. Anyways, on Cape Cod, I've been to them all. In fact, they're redoing Churro, which is First Light. So First Light, name implies, which is in Truro, Mass. Truro, if you'd like to look that up. So in Truro is, They were redoing it last time we were down. They were redoing it. Are they done yet? I don't know. Like, you couldn't even see it. I have pictures of the whole, there's like, the scaffolding goes all the way around it, and they had like this big, it's like it was a secret. I don't know, like some magician was going to come drop it, and magically the lighthouse was going to be, I don't know, different. We won't say gone, we'll just say different. So yeah, they were restoring that. So I can't wait. When we have to go back, I think we'll be back again before the end of summer. So hopefully I have to go back to Churro, and there's an amazing vineyard there too. So, you know, two birds, one stone kind of thing. Yeah. All right. Anyhow, I have lots of lighthouses. Nice. See, deals. I'm telling you, everybody, like, that's amazing. You gotta love getting the deals. Yes, yeah, George. See, like, so I know my backer board that I have, and the mat is acid free. So usually, like, I'll just, that whole thing goes into a frame. And then that way there, I know my artwork's protected. Okay. All right. If you guys can hear that, it's a foolish truck. Sorry. Well, that's a good idea too, Bill. Putting the piece of glassine in front of it, so, or in between the backer board that comes with your frame and your artwork. But you know, I would think, because a frame usually is like, if you're getting a frame like a picture frame, you know, they're made to hold photographs, and you would think that those two would be acid free to protect the photo. But all right. Okay. I think I'm caught up. That took a bit, and what a crazy start. But we did the unboxing. Showed you guys the palette I was talking about. Let's talk about what we're doing today. So, can I flip this up? Let's go full desk for a second. Okay. I did not link these in the description because my plan was to have this done before we went live. But things being what they are, I didn't finish. I'm going to transfer. This is my big tree. So as I go into paint some more, and you remember, here's our painting from the last time. Now I added more tape around here because, again, this is the Canson. This is the Canson. I will say, okay, maybe we'll come back so I can see you guys. I'm just in a different place. Hi. I expected a lot more buckling because it's Canson. It's the Canson XL. Canson XL water. They say it's a watercolor paper. They say. Just don't use a lot of water. Will it show you if I tip this a little bit? There was a little bit here. Dried pretty flat, and I was using a better quality artist tape to hold that down last time we were painting, and I didn't use as much water. So to be fair, go ahead, let's hear it. To be fair, neighbor's dog's barking again because a car pulled in again. Okay, to be fair, I didn't use a lot of water last time, and I think that's what I was saying. That neighbor's dog distracted me because I'm like, if they can hear the dog, I hope you can't hear the dog. But if you can, just be like, no, we can't hear the dog. We cannot hear that obnoxious barking. Yeah. So on here, I feel like I just totally derailed. My whole thought process derailed. And I'm not even talking about what I was originally talking about. That's the feeling that my head is giving me. Let's just take a hydration break for one moment and a deep breath. Okay. So I wanted to transfer the big tree. The big tree that's in our... Wonder if I still have the reference photo. Of course, I can't just like haphazardly, all willy-nilly click on reference photos because I don't remember. Was this the reference photo? Watch me show you guys like a reference photo from like forever ago. You ready? Let's see. It is the right one. Huh! And I just happened to be on the scene that had it in there. So hey, yay, we have got a reference photo. That kind of professionalism here, folks, is that kind of professionalism. Okay. So the big tree that you see right down here that's in the front, I wanted to kind of, all of this, I was like, I'm not worried about following along. Oh, thanks, Belle. I hope you're being serious and you really can't hear the dog and not just trying to make me feel better. Anyhow, the rest of this in the background, I didn't care if it was exactly to the reference. But the tree, that's what I really loved about this piece. So I kind of wanted to get the same shape of the tree. So I thought if I put this on with some white transfer paper, we could see, you'll see I didn't continue all the way. It's fine. I'll just continue that stroke off when I paint it. I was just going for very loose. But what do we have here? So I have the Royal Langnickel Crafter's Choice graphite paper, and this is white. And this one by Lowell Cornell, also white. I had a piece of this that I've already started using. I don't know where it went to. So I'm going to try. I know that I like this one. I just want to show you guys a couple choices. So if you see this and you something that you're interested in. I did not link it in the description below because like I started to say, okay, so it's a bag. There's a bag and a bag. But like I started to say, I was planning on having this part done before we met up again. And all the best intentions. Seriously, Belle says, okay, good. Except the one outside my back door. Okay. Well, you don't have a neighbor streaming, do you? Oh my gosh. The other day. Oh, the other day. I wanted to, is this one? Okay, wait a minute. So apparently, good to know. We're not using this one today. It is 18 inches by 36 inches because I can read. So this is not multiple sheets. My Lowell Cornell one is multiple, but this would be great if I need to remember if I'm going to like transfer. Hi, Cora. Cat's Art Picks is here. So if I was going to say I wanted to transfer something to a larger canvas, and I had a dark background where I didn't want, where I wanted it to show up in white, I would use this. So I'm going to save this one. We'll see it in the future because if you recall, I'm going to have to get back to acrylics at some point because I have got some very large canvases that Frederick sent me that I really want to use. All right, I'm just sorry about all the ASMR. So for those of you who appreciate it, you're welcome. And for those of you who don't, I'm trying to hurry. Oh. All right. So that is by Royal Langnickel. So now let's talk about Lowell Cornell. Oh, did she post a mouse? I have not seen it. And if you posted it to the art group on MeWe, my apologies because I haven't been on there in like 2 days. So the other day I was trying to work on the collaboration that I told you guys about. And if you're just joining us, Saturday, 8 a.m. Eastern, not a normal day for me to have a video. I won't be live. However, I have done a collaboration, and tune in Saturday anytime after 8 a.m. It's not set as a premiere right now. I don't think it will become one. I don't know. If that changes, I'll update people. I will be on, I will be up. I will be able to pop in the comments in the chat. I hope you guys love what it is. I'm just going to tape this down at the top side so that I can lift and check my work. I didn't need that much tape, but that much tape we have. All right. So hopefully you will pop on Saturday. 1 p.m. our time. If Stephen is still here, yes, 1 p.m. your time. Definitely. It was so much fun. And I can't wait for you to see. I had to create artwork for another artist, and another artist created artwork for me. And if you missed that in the beginning, well, you'll have to go back and watch the replay, and then you'll find out who. I'm going to be all secretive now. Sorry. Okay, so I just have a stylus. Just have a stylus in my hand. I could also use like a mechanical pencil and just not put the lead out. Or actually, one of the things that I really like to do is sometimes if I'm transferring, I'll take a colored pencil. No, I do not have one handy. Do you guys see? I got a print of the neurographic art I did. I haven't put it in a frame, but it's there. So anyways, I'll use like a color. And in fact, I do have the Pigma. I'm going to use this. Let's just keep changing things up. I would be able to see by the impression, because this would leave an impression when I transfer this. But I'm going to use this one because actually, yeah, I'm going to use this. I was like, wait a minute, will that go through to my art? No, if it goes through this tracing paper, it would go through to my transfer paper. It's fine. Hi, Jamie. Thanks for joining us. So what I was saying is I will use like a colored pencil or something that is a different color so that I know which lines I've gone over. And now, before I get too far, I'm just going to check and make sure. And it is transferring my line. So we will continue. And I'm just going to kind of carry these up so that I know I'm definitely getting off the page. And again, when I go in to paint this, I'm not going to care if it's exact. I really wanted the basic, the shape. I loved the tree and really wanted to get that kind of a little closer to the reference than just winging it, which I absolutely could have done. It was a tree. And again, you see, I'm not being precious with the lines. I just go over it really quick. Hope you're feeling better soon, Jamie. And some of these, you know, like I want to see which ones go over, but I can look at the reference photo. And I was like hoping I was going to finish this on screen today. I don't know. I guess there's still always a chance. See how fast I paint. For those of you who like are watching the replay going, it's about time. I'm sorry. And actually that one is just for highlight. And I am not being precious with that. Let me just get you, I'm going to actually zoom in just a tiny bit. So don't mind me. Let's see if we can bring that in so you can see it a little better. And yeah, I'd say about there. Sorry. Sorry for the movement. Okay. So. What I love about trees, especially if you're like doing the lining, you don't have to be, it doesn't need to be straight. Trees are rarely perfectly straight. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to draw a straight line. If my hand is shaky, if you have a shaky hand, you're going to make some awesome trees. An artist with shaky hand. That's me. That's me, depending on what kind of day I'm having. All right. So that's going to go kind of off. Make sure that goes off. What I loved about this reference photo that just was like screaming gouache to me, do gouache, was just the softness in the color. You see there on the bottom right of your screen. It just looks like gouache. Well, at least to me anyways, it just looks like you must try this in gouache. It just has like, looks like it would translate well to a matte type medium. I bet it would look wonderful. Oh my gosh. I bet it would look wonderful in pastels too. I bet it would. Okay. I'm like, I should go back in after and just edit the stream and jump to when we started really working, but well, then they would miss the unboxing and all the wonderful banter we had, and the live chat replay would no longer be available when you do that. So because I found that out the hard way. I did edit one at one point and I was like, oh, what happened to my chat? It's gone. That's what happens if you go in and edit or change your live, because I was wanting it to be more like video on demand friendly, if you would. So like I had issues in the beginning of a stream. Go figure. And anyhow, oh my gosh, that dog is howling. It's so pleasant. And I just wanted to take those issues out. See, my thought came back to me. And so I edited it. And in doing that, I lost the live chat. And that's how I found out that if you edit a live video, and this one's really wonky, I don't care. It's gonna be even more crazy, different when I add the gouache, because I'm just going to paint it, and however the brush stroke is made is how it's going to be. Same with these. I mean, this is just like here's how the branch, and this branch does go up like this in the reference photo, and I'll probably follow it to an extent that it crosses over this limb, because this is the limb that's coming at us. If we really look at that reference photo, I loved it because the tree's set back and then this limb kind of comes out sideways, but then it comes towards us, and we're going to relay that in with the color. This will be darker and it'll be darker closer to us in this photo anyways. So let's just remove that. I should have checked it first. Nope, not even. I'm just risking it all, folks. I'm just risking it all. Yes, I do believe Stephen was, that question was asked, and I believe Stephen was working on this last time. And there we go. So you're not seeing it. I see it. You guys aren't seeing it too well. But you see here, like it definitely, you see all the marks on the paper. It did transfer. And so now I can paint my next layer, and I'll remember that that's where my tree is. That's where I want my tree. So now as I put in any other trees in the next section, I'm going to deal with this after. You're welcome. Just dealing with it after. As I put in my next layer of trees, I'll know where the main tree is going to be, and I can place them accordingly. Let me just move that up, and I bet you will be able to see it. See, now you can see it's all in here. See how it comes over. So it showed up pretty well. It really did. It showed up pretty well. If, you know, you were seeing it on your side, let me back this out just a little bit. I will try to go slowly. Actually, I'm going to pull this. If I can get it to pull over. All right. Okay. Okay. I'm like, what? I'm just seeing the chat. Jamie says, I always have issues. Trees are hard to get right. I always have issues with the branches. So my thought on that, like trees used to intimidate the heck out of me with the branches or the limbs. It just says a limb is a straight bit and a branch branches off a limb. So if I thought about a limb of a tree, I'm thinking of the larger ones as a limb and a branch as the smaller pieces. Because this would be the trunk. So from the trunk, we have limbs and then we have small branches. At least that's how I see it. That is how it works in my head. Hope that helps. Cat's armpit said, couldn't see it then. Yeah, it's pretty neat. And it will cover, especially with the gouache. And that's very matte and it will all cover very well. Okay. All right. Because, you know, you've only been waiting like 50 minutes to see color go on this thing. So I do have I saved my swatch from last time when we were swatching out colors. I was trying to decide what I was going to use because this was a mixture, which would have been wonderful if I remembered the ones I mixed together to get here. But I'm pretty sure it was this and this with a little bit of this mixed in. Which ones are those? I don't know. I just look. I just look. Oh. Okay. If I can. I have one monitor that likes to just randomly shut off. Randomly shut off on me. So I have to keep the remote near there. A branch is the diverting area. To branch off. It's right near the. It's right there in the name. It is. I mean, like, it is. It's right there. It's right there. Yeah, that's good. That's good. So, but a limb branches off the tree too. So are not all limbs also branches? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Don't be sorry. So, Tara says I make a pure mess of the twiggy bits. Trees used to intimidate the heck out of me. That's what I started to tell you guys. Like they They did. Okay, and here's my, look at that. Look at the lid is like, looks so nice. It is, and that is true. Cat's Art Pick says no two artists see the same picture in the same way. So that palette that Lindsay gave me, this is it. And again, I'm not going to leave this open. While I do have it open, though, I am going to give it a quick spritz of, all right now, I'm going to give it a quick spritz of my gouache spray, which I shared this with you before. And actually, this is the recipe I got from Lindsay, the Frugal Crafter. And I'm just going to give those, and I'm really not spraying that much. But the gouache spray I made with the recipe that I got from Lindsay, which is in the description below. I did remember to put that there. And as I'm recalling, and I know which ones I was using because look, you can see they've been disturbed. The rest of them were perfect, but these ones have been disturbed. So I'm going to pull these out yet again. The gray one, the white one. We used the black one. And this was that blue. It was gorgeous blue. And it's a Prussian blue. Pretty sure that was Prussian blue. And making sure that I am putting this back on the correct bits so that I don't contaminate my colors when the lid touches them. So we are using the Miya jelly cups again today. I really liked the results. I really like the results that I got. Now, last time I just scooped some out and put it on the palette. But this time I might just put them kind of around my palette. So my palette is here. Of course, I'm using my ceramic one. Again, I need to link that for you guys. I love that palette. I love it. I want to get another one. I want a second so that I can put them like back to back this way. And then I'm going to be in trouble because then I may start putting, right, black and white are to the right. Blue, blue, gray. There we go. I'm just kind of setting my colors up there so I will know what's what. Again, today I am using the Artegria brushes. I decided that, you know, and I am really liking these brushes. So for those of you, full disclosure now, I did receive some of these from one of our wonderful viewers. Thank you, thank you. And some from the company. So I have the quill and the set of the Artegria brushes. I'm liking them. I am liking them. I think these are going to become my gouache brushes. I'm like, where's the container? Here and hiding here. So for those of you, and I'm pretty sure these are linked. There you go. That's what they came in. And then the two quills came in a small slender box. So those are on the desk, but I think these are going to be my gouache brushes. I do. I'm going to keep them just for gouache. I just don't want to use my silver black velvets with the gouache. Why? I don't know. It's still watercolor, but it is, you know, a little more thick and chunky and 37, you know, is it like $37 or something like that for my favorite one? I don't want to have to buy, which is my oval, 3/4 oval in my silver black velvet, and then my number 6 or my number 8. I think it's my number 8. Anyways, those are the ones I use all the time. Anyhow, I use those all the time for just regular watercolor. I've been testing out other brushes, and I do have a couple other brushes I have to test and talk to you about. And I'm probably going to switch up here soon because I've been using the Artegrias for a while, and now I have made the decision these will be my gouache brushes. So they'll stay with the gouache because I do like them that much. So just saying, definitely would recommend. I need to do a dedicated video on them. All right. Well, I'm just going to mix up. I'd like to mix it in a well, but I'm just going to mix up some color because I need I need to remake. I need to remake my, because I started here, and if I'm not mistaken, then I just kept making it darker. That's what we're going to do. We're going to go a little bit darker than what that is, but you'll see me, I'll test it. I'm going to test it on here. I still, yeah, see, that's going to contaminate that. We won't do that. We won't do that. I'm rinsing that off in that one. I'm going to scoop from that same spot because I got a little bit of that other blue in there. Just bringing in a little bit of water to mix these up. And I always, you guys do this, like it starts off, you're like, oh, I'll just use this little tiny spot, and it's like half your palette later. Yeah, that's me. I love, so that's what I was saying. Trees, I started to tell you guys about it. Trees used to intimidate the heck out of me. Especially pine trees. And I did them over and over and over and over again. And then I saw somebody was like, I don't even remember who it was. Gosh, I wish I remember who it was because I don't like not being able to give credit to the person who helped me. So anyways, that's my rinse well palette. I was just draining all the nasty water. Anyway, so like the chances are there's a tree that looks like that. Like in nature, I mean, you think about it, like if a branch breaks off or anything with plants, like if you break a branch, then a new thing's going to grow, usually from that spot or from, whichever the next node back or then within a node, depending on what it is. Like when you cut a rose bush, I may be telling you all stuff you already know, and you're like, no kidding. Anyways, I'm making a mud mess. Not mud. It's not mud. For sure not mud. But I'm trying to get close here. Or just in looking at this, I just want to be a shade darker. And this is really, you guys can't see it, but all of a sudden it decided it wanted to fill up with water. Okay. So this is darker, and I'm going to save that for when I need to bring more in. And I'm also going to use my palette knife again, like I showed you guys before. I like to take my, I need to back out a little further. You guys can't see any of this. And, oh, sorry. I know I'm moving there. Okay, I want you to be able to see the palette. So I will take a lot of times my brush, like right now, this is so loaded with paint right now. And very gently, especially because these are water brushes, watercolor brushes, just very gently helping to get that excess water out of it. And you hear that was, sorry, scraping on the ceramic, but see, a lot came out. And I'll do that. And then I also want, and I think I want to stick, I was thinking about yellow, but I don't think I want to put yellow in there. I was thinking fireflies. I think I want to go with like a really pale blue. So I'm going to get a little bit of this white. That I am going to scoop out, and I'm going to put it in a spot over here, just so I can get to that when need be. Just going to take that off of there. Before I wipe it off, I have a towel. Okay. hear that, Joseph. Just sometimes. Sometimes it's just those little things. All right, I'm just bringing a little bit of extra water in. Just because this was really, and it may end up being too much water. Might. Because see how I can, now you see how I can move this. This is, trying to think of what the consistency would be here. Like a really heavy cream. This would be like a really thick watercolor right now versus thicker like gouache. So, but I'm still not quite where I want to be. So I'm just going to thicken that up. I have another one. You guys are still talking trees, huh? I didn't catch. I know what when I asked that question about limbs. Aren't limbs also branches? But I didn't catch if you answered that. It is very hard sometimes. Like I just sit here and like look at the chat and have a conversation with you guys and we'll just hang out. But I wouldn't get any work done. And since you came here to see something happen, some sort of progress made. Oh my gosh. I ought to get myself working. I got a little bit of the gray in there. All right. I just know this is not quite what I want it to be yet. And it's a bit, that's horrible, sorry. And it was a bit thin. If you guys can hear that screechy sounds, I'm sorry. Ugh. I don't think I have enough of that Prussian blue in there. So I made it much lighter now. More blue. It's got too much, there's too much blue in here. Use my brush to clean off my palette knife. I use my palette knife to clean off my brush. Do it all the time. There we go. This is going to dry fast because now it's a big old mess. What I need to do is mix my paint in like a little tiny, you like little tiny, I might get some. Almost like a little tiny like condiment cups, if you would. You know how sometimes you go out to eat and you're like, oh, whatever you want, ketchup or whatever it is that you prefer. And they bring you those little tiny plastic cups with the lids. I thought about getting some of those. I saw some at the, I actually saw some at our Dollar Tree last time I was there. And I thought, no, that'd be cool. That'd be interesting to get. And then I didn't get them, but now I'm like, if I would have, I could have mixed my paint in that. It wouldn't make such a big old mess. And I could just pull out what I need to do on my palette. All right, we're going to test that. So that is nice and dark, but yet I still could make that darker. But I think that's a bit darker than, all right, I'm just going to, I'm putting it over here because I'm going to grab a touch of white, which I'm going to make filthy. This white, and I know Lindsay said that too, the white seems to dry out really quickly, which I should have those back in the palette and covered, but I don't. I'm just going to give that white a little extra spritz. Like Lindsay would just like grab it right out of the jelly cups, which again, because this set was, this set was given to me and we had to reconstitute some of these colors. I don't know if mine are as thin as they should be or if they're thicker. What I do know is that they seem too thick sometimes to really paint and get it to move around. Hello, Starving. Oh, you know what? Starving is here. Remember we were talking about the last time in chat, and those of you who were in Joseph's chat on Monday when I was modding for him. I'm going to try to match the color of my last ones back. I'm just continuing to make a mess, really, is all I'm doing. I was talking about Slim Jims. I said I was snacking on Slim Jims when George was talking about his snacks. Slim Jim. And so if you see there, Starving, it's not going to want to. Yep, I'm showing the world. That, focus. There you go. That's what a Slim Jim looks like. It's a little round meat stick. And just saying, somebody keeps them in the studio for snacks. Yeah, there's always some handy in here. Okay. I know that my big tree is going to go here, so I'm just going to test my colors. And see, that's just a little darker. So, perfect. Perfect. And now let's look. And that's going to be excellent. All right. I finally have what I want. So I want to go even slightly lighter. So I want in between this color and the one that I made. So I'm going to pull up. That would have been disastrous. I almost went to the wrong spot. That's probably going to be too much white. Can you guys hear the lawnmower now? Like everything happens. And if it's the same, I don't think it is. I have one neighbor, the one that we talk to that we're friends with, that knows that I stream. But I don't think was remembering. And I was like, so you're mowing your grass on Thursday at 3 o'clock. Actually, it wasn't at 3 o'clock. It was at like this time, 4 o'clock. And it's funny because I started the Thursday thing. Before I was live streaming on Thursdays, I always mowed my grass on Thursdays. Faithfully every Thursday. All right. So I just made a little bit lighter version. So now you see I have the multiple, and I'll need one more lighter for highlights, but I think, all right, there we go. That was like the color. And some of these back here that I did were, I could still see through, or I could see lines, and I wanted to just kind of cover those over. And all right, see, Starving says, now I get it. Here we call them Twiggy sticks. Very fitting considering you're painting today, right? That is, you're right. And anyhow, I was seeing through some of these, and I actually need that just slightly lighter. This one will be fine. What it's going to look like is it's going to look like this one is in the next step forward, which is fine because it was a little larger than these anyway. So it doesn't bother me. I'm not upset. Not in the least bit. But I am going to go over this now because now this tree that I just did that, and it is slightly darker, is going to be, make sure I don't have paint on my arm. It's going to be a bit further forward. So I do find that when I'm doing trees, especially if I'm not following a reference, and it doesn't matter where the branches go off to or from, then I will go quickly. The more I slow down, and like right now because I'm going over what I've already done. So when I do this, that's interesting. I just put gouache over that, but I can see that line. I hope that this is going to cover. Didn't think about that part. Anyhow, I'll go quickly because when I make that initial stroke, I'll go fast and it just, wherever it goes, it goes. If there's a break in it as I go to connect the line, um, I may notice that maybe it bumps off in a certain direction. Or maybe there's like a lump on it and I go, oh, well, where that lump is, that's where the tree is going to have its next branch out. And so I don't know if you guys could hear the mower. I hope you can't. And who said blues and grays? Cat's art picks. Blues and grays are my favorite. This week has flown by. You're not the only one. Yeah, you're not the only one. It seems like it is not you. This week has gone fast. I was like, we just were in Joseph's dream yesterday. Okay, I'm grabbing the wrong spot. Not a big deal. Just mix them together. And the highlights by the looks, my light is coming from this way. So when I was doing my, in the distant trees, I wasn't worried about light or having it lighter. I wasn't doing anything else to those trees. They were way too far away in my little world here to worry about. And it's kind of foggy. So yeah, we don't care. They're just back there. There's that dog again. So see, I just kind of, and if it skips, then so be it. That's where, like, there's just a little break. I mean, obviously a branch is not going to have like this missing spot. I'll come back and bring them together, but that's certainly how I decide like where something is going to branch off. And I'm using the size 8 round. These hold their point really well. Surprisingly, even with the gouache, which is thicker, I'm able to get a nice point. So I need to get a side cam back in here. So when I'm doing stuff like this, you guys can certainly see. I need to double check that tracing paper. I didn't think about it because this is water-based. And if that's a wax, because again, it's not, see the line going through it? It's showing through. No barking and no mowers. Oh, the mic is good. The mic is good. Excellent. Because now I know. And if you didn't hear that dog barking, let me just say, earlier this week, the frustration level was high. So we have another neighbor, and I told her, I was like, my next house will not have another house within a mile of it if I ever buy another house. Unless, of course, it's on the lake, and then good luck getting a mile between you and your neighbor or on the ocean. I don't like the way that was sitting there. Anyway. How long does it take for gouache to dry? Well, that's hard to say because I really think things dry freakishly fast in my studio, at my house, period. And I don't know, like Shanna, I've never heard her, and I know she's the main caution artist at Play, which I haven't seen her yet today, but sometimes I know she pops in. I haven't heard her say she has issues with things drying really fast at her place. And I know she is also a mainer. I'm making this go really thin. I want that, like, that one's going away from me. But here in the studio, like, that's pretty much dry. I mean, it dries so fast. So fast. So I guess my answer to that, Cora, or Cat's Art Picks, I try to remember to call people by their screen names so that others know who you're talking to. I guess it depends on where you live and the humidity levels and such. when you said that starving in I was laughing so hard, which of course you guys don't know because I'm not I'm just typing with you. I'm not actually talking. um I was like, don't eat the cat treat, don't do it. Don't do it. I mean, I guess it shouldn't harm you, you would think. um but yeah, I was like, please tell me you didn't actually just do that. But whatever. It's okay. It's all good. Again, not something that's actually, wouldn't imagine is going to hurt you. So now when I look at my reference photo, I also know that there's more stuff like over here that's darker. So while I'm working in this kind of third, let's see, one, we got the little tinies back there, one, then these two, this would be three, this guy is four, and then the last one is going to be my big tree on top. And so there's a lot of dark over here too. Kind of goes up. I hit the white. Don't hit the white. I'm just going to mist this because it's drying on my palette. And the gouache spray has a little bit of the vegetable glycerin and isopropyl alcohol and distilled water. And if you don't have distilled water, you can boil them. And Tara said back in a minute. I'm not sure when Tara said that, but sounds good. So anyhow, the recipe is in the description for the amounts that you would use of each. And again, I'm not going to worry too much about how exact I am to the reference. Just general. The time thing. I didn't see all the comments of what you guys were talking about. What I need is like a monitor that has like my comments are down here. Because that'd be great. Because then as I'm working, I could be seeing that. Although I can't say that I'd be better at it. And like there's times like when we were in Joseph's stream, I was like, I'm in the studio going, look at the chat, look at the chat. When the mic got quiet on you again, or when you switch scenes, and I immediately had said something to you, but I'm like, he's not seeing it, he's not looking at the chat. Yeah. Those branches are kind of thin, but again, if it's going away from me, it's going to get thinner. So I'm just like, I wish I could see more of the chat, but then I don't think it's any secret. If you've seen any of my videos, hung out in any of the live streams, I'm a chatter. I've always been chatty. And again, I just kind of look up at the reference like, oh, okay, there was a tree in this area. Which way did it go? I don't care if it's the same. I don't care if mine is exactly like that. Now, see, right here, I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's like, it kind of skipped. So what I was talking about is I'm actually going to take that and just kind of pull it off. And now that will be another branch. That's how I do my trees. And anywhere that I see something like that one got like kind of wonky. So where this comes out, if it's thicker in one spot than another, not a big deal. Trees do that all the time, especially if a limb breaks off and then it heals. But I do notice that there are a lot of branches in this area, so this gets kind of dark. George says we're all chatty Cathy's. Yeah, I'm a talker. When oh, did you see that? Don't swap your paint up. Put it right on the, that's on the tape, no big deal. This is on the painting. And again, no big deal really, but we're just going to kind of blot that out because this is smoky. So, all right. Shh, Tara's back. Don't say anything. I'm just teasing. So just I'm wrong. I'm sorry. Oh my goodness. Oh, she said, Belle says, George, you're telling your age. What did George say? Or all chatty Cathy's is, oh, by saying that, is that what we're talking about? I'm thinking so. Oh, that's wonderful. All right, Sheila, we will talk to you later. Have a great weekend. Make sure you tune in on Saturday. We're going to have a video on Saturday. It will be available as of 8 a.m. Eastern time. You can watch it anytime. It is not a live stream. But it is a collaboration. I'm very excited to share with you guys. All right. Look at that. I'm liking it. And we need to have some more. So now I'm just, and actually I think I'm going to get a smaller. So remember when I did in here, I just kind of dabbed. Just some little, dab like some little branches. Like there's a shrub there that should kind of, we're seeing that silhouette. And you definitely have to be careful. Like I said, your brain is going to want to make patterns. You got to break that up. Chatty Cathy was a doll. Yes. I think that was, we're just going to say it was just before me. Yeah. But I do know that it was a doll. Doll? Yes. So our brain is definitely going to want to, it's going to want a pattern. And we don't want that. I'll come back with some other ones. I do remember Holly Hobby. I do remember Holly Hobby, and I remember Raggedy Ann too. Yeah, not a big Raggedy Ann fan, but I was. Holly Hobby? Yeah, I was little. But I definitely remember Holly Hobby. That's something that I haven't heard in a long time. Oh, where you just pulled that one out of. Oh my gosh. All right, Sheila says she should check it out. Yeah, Holly Hobby. You pulled that one out. Well, that is very nice of you to say, Belle. That is very nice of you to say. I have never shared my age. You notice I still didn't share. I didn't share anything. Good stuff. Oh, that would be cool. A picture of Holly Hobby with your colored pencils. Yeah. Belle says, I'd say before your time. Early 70s, late 60s, maybe. Early 70s, late 60s for the doll. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe George did play with dolls. He just called them action figures. You never know. And either way, it's fine. There's no judgment here. It's a judgment-free zone. You do you and have fun doing it. That's what I say. All right, I'm putting another tree. All right, so ready? Another tree here, just because I saw one. So you see, I start to pull up. And as I'm gonna pull up, and I want it to get thinner. So I'm going to lift and twist my brush so I'm keeping the paint flowing, and just kind of, boom, and off it goes. So now that I've done that, right here, I have a little kind of a weird break. So I will pull it out that way. There's a little extra here. It can go that way. There's a little more here. Maybe this one goes towards the back and it'll get smaller because it's going away from me. There we go. And as this branch came out, so this, I kind of like, I'll do that stroke and then I'll kind of keep working my way backwards. And there was another odd bend right here that maybe that has a branch that goes off. You know, as they get to near the ends, they are going to go all different directions. But a painting like this, I find it very relaxing. Just because you can't get it wrong. Like, you really can't get a tree wrong. Its branches can go all kinds of ways. Like, there's an apple tree. I have an apple tree in my backyard. It's like my favorite apple tree. But the deer ate one side of it when it was little wee baby tree. And it's like curved over, and now it looks kind of like that. There's a tree in nature that looks like that somewhere. You painted it. Like, you just go with it. You just go with it. Excuse me. It's like, what, Cabbage Patch Kids? Those were after Holly Hoppy. G.I. Joe isn't the same as Chatty Cathy. Apes, not monkeys. You can't get a tree. You're right. Yeah. See? You're right. You're agreeing with me, but I'm saying you're right. You can't get a tree wrong. Just have fun with them. And if they intimidate you, grab some scrap paper. What you perceive as scrap paper. You know, maybe a pad of Canson XL. Let's just say. And just have at it. So this tree is going to come up. And again, there's no tree. There really is no tree in the reference that I'm following here. The only tree I'm following in the reference is kind of the big guy that's going in the front. So up that one went. So again, you see here, we come over and I have this bend, and I just picture, well, if it bends and goes this way, it may have gone that way. And I'm really getting concerned with the fact that where I have that, I wasn't thinking when I used it. I almost took some pan pastel and put it on the back of a piece of paper. That's what I should have done. And because that would have been water soluble. And if this is not water soluble, well, I might have a problem. And for the final tree, it's only a minor problem in that I can't paint the whole thing in the Miya Gouache. If that's the case, and it's going to, because I'll show you guys closer afterwards when I can lift this up. What it did was, I like how these got tiny and it kind of spread out. I'm just going to make that work for me, like more distant branches, going away from me, branches. Yeah. I'll just use acrylic gouache for the last layer on top and for the for the last tree. And I could absolutely do that. And then I would imagine, because I know I can use that. I have used that under acrylic paint before. So yeah, I would do that. So again, this one's wider. As I turned, I started getting thinner because I want it to look like it's going further into those woods. See, yeah. Except for, of course, starving, of course. I was a tomboy. I didn't have dolls. I had dolls. I just didn't play with dolls very often past a certain young age. Really, once I got, I loved drawing. Loved drawing. Yeah, if I didn't already highlight that, that's how I'm feeling, and I'm using the heck out of it. Which apologies, but I am using the heck out of that. Only because every time I'm using something different, I want to I want to see if I like how it works on this paper, because eventually there is something that I'm sure surely there's something I will like to use on this paper. I have a hard time believing that there is not. Sorry, got quiet on you guys. Just focusing on how these branches are going to go through here. I am liking we're getting more depth. I think this would need to be a bit more, it needs to be a bit more congested, but yeah. Mr. Wahlberg, if you're watching, I watch all of Mark Wahlberg's movies, good, bad, or indifferent. I usually like them. There have been a few. Where I was like, yeah. Then I remember he didn't write the thing. He's just acting in it. Just wetting that palette again because it's starting to get dry. Pulling in a little bit more of the dark. And I just feel like feels like there's so much paint in here, which I need it to flow off the brush, but I don't need that much paint. Okay, if this is any lighter. Just going to grab a little bit down here where I know there's still white that's not quite mixed in. Question is Joseph's. Okay. But that worked because Belle, you wrote question, and as soon as you wrote question, I guess maybe it's just question. If you write question, YouTube now highlights the whole thing, apparently, in yellow. Okay, so that was much lighter. I can really see that. I don't know if it will dry darker. Pull in a little bit more dark. It's just a little too light. There we go. I'm really looking forward to, like, more of my detail stuff is going to be the tree that's in the front. And I definitely have been enjoying these paints. They do dry quickly here in my studio. I mean, I keep having to re-wet that palette. So in the back, there's so much more congestion back there than what I have. I'll do that off screen, but I'll add some extra. So there's no if, when this does not get finished today, what I am going to do off screen, because I will finish it next time, and then that's it. And if I don't finish it, it will not be finished. on in a live. But next time I'll go one more if you guys are interested in seeing me continue. But the large tree is where I'm going to get more of my detail in. That's where I'm going to be doing a lot of detail stuff. And I think that it'll probably be the whole stream doing that tree, you know, doing, like I could lay it in, but doing all the detail work. It'll probably take me the stream to do all the details on the tree the way that I'm going to want to. Oh, you know what? My chat is not moving. Okay. I didn't realize that my chat was not scrolling. Oh, wow. 15 grandkids and 8 great-grandkids. That's your boyfriend's. Belle. I'm reading, catching up with what Belle had said. A Pinhead Patch Kid. I know the movie too. I know the movie. Sorry. Clearly you guys know how far I am now. Oh my gosh. It's just seeing Joseph's comment. Wow. Sorry guys. Apparently I missed a bit. Okay. All right. Joseph, are you saying you were the baby and they terrorized you? I don't know. I'm just really. My face. I'm like, wait a minute. My face says disbelief. Hold on. Hold on. Let me change my face. I'm like, wait. Isn't the baby usually like the one that just gets spoiled and oh they're so cute and you just want to play with them and okay no maybe that was just me. My little sister. Belle says my brother is older, but I was meaner. See. Right. Oh, see, there you go. Jacqueline says the problem with that you have with drawing trees. I always want to draw them straight and forget that they have twists and bends. Absolutely, and that's what I'm saying. Like you know that there's going to be. So just think about like in a wood situation, like our main tree, and you see this big limb that's coming out. It was probably stretching forever and ever trying to get to the sunshine. So where the light's at, like it's gonna affect like how they grow, which way they grow. So yeah, there's a tree that looks like that. You can't do a tree wrong. You just gotta have fun with it. And yep, twists and turns and so see just like that. Like spin that brush and you see right here. I could leave this. I'm moving this so I can show you guys. Like on this guy, I could leave that right there. I could leave that nub because maybe that's where a branch was, but that branch broke off. And that's where the tree is healing itself. You know, when it gets the big, it will literally scab over where that branch, and eventually it will enclose that, and then it'll just kind of disappear as the tree gets bigger. Unless, of course, it gets diseased or something in there. I mean, I'm no arborist, but I've seen some burls. The weird growths on the trees. In fact, there is we have one on one of the big rock maples out back, and that guy looks like an alligator. Looks like an alligator climbing down the side of a maple tree. The way that the big burls are on it, it's so neat. I love it. I love trees. And this one, this was a bit darker than what I had back here on this tree originally. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to bring a little bit of this color into the rest of the tree. And then it'll look just fine. There we go. Just bring some down that back. And again, because I want to go over, well, and then I just made a bump out, so we just got a new branch. Because the way that this painting is, or this reference photo is, we can't have, I don't think we can have too many branches back there. Again, that's not staying where the, so that is really good to know. Glad I could help you all. Because that transfer paper, I would not recommend. Seeing this, I would definitely not recommend it with gouache. Not regular gouache. And so the little Cornell, it says it's waxless. It says waxless. So I didn't think there would be a problem. Smudge proof, won't bleed through paint. I beg to differ. Yeah, it says it is waxless. Come on, focus. There we go. Oh, well, it was. I should have left my hand there. So, I'm going to paint all over me. It is definitely, paint's not sticking. Because where it is, you can see here, it's coming through. Look at right here, cut right through the tree that I just painted on there. Same with up here. It is definitely showing through. And I don't think it's more opaque than my gouache. It literally feels like it's like not staying there. So, and then continuing on with the comments, George said, currently playing with the pastel swatches that he made, writing down the number, color, name, and practicing blending with my finger, the blending sticks. Not sure about those. So the blending sticks, you talking about like the soft tools, George? Like I saw that you got the one that looks like an eyeshadow applicator and a few others of the soft tools. I have them. We are going to, I'm going to clean this. I need to just clean the brush out. I like that. I'm liking that tree. And I keep looking up. Now, see, I have two. Well, that one's kind of back there, but I only have two. I need more that are this color. And I'm thinking another here, just in looking at that background. Yeah, maybe another. I don't know. I'm thinking too, I want you to feel like, unlike the reference photo, I want you to kind of feel like you're going into the woods. So maybe I'll kind of leave a area here exposed. Maybe put another here, another one over in here, maybe one more over here. So that's what I think I'm going to add trees. Now, if I don't get to finish them today, what I will do in between, because I want the next one to be the last one. So what I might do is work on it during the week, because I already know we're doing this next week, and I already have a video for you guys coming out Saturday. I mean, why get ahead? I'm just putting these back in their proper spots real quick, because I know I'm not going to end up getting out any more paint. And I want to make sure that these don't continue to dry out. And I'm going to give each of them another spritz of the... So you heard that. I gave them each a bit of a spritz. Make sure I'm putting my lid on the correct direction. So what I will do is I will record whatever I do on this piece. I will record it. But then when we come to when we come to the live stream next week, I will share that with you in fast time. So it won't have sound. I will just share the video so that you can see me catching up to that point quickly without talking. But I'll talk to you while it's playing, if that all makes sense. So that is my plan. That is what I'll do. If you want to see the last part of it finished, or I can just record it and put it up as a recorded video. It doesn't matter. Either way is fine. Oh my gosh, Joseph. Oh my goodness. You were Sid, huh? See, I do know that. He was Sid. You were mean to all the toys. It's horrible. Oh, you said that's what the parents do, not the siblings? Well, I beg to differ. Because my baby sister and my youngest brother, actually, you know, I just gotta say that aside from my brother, who is closest in age to us, I think we butted heads quite a bit. I thought my siblings were pretty freaking cute. So, yeah. I'd like to think, and if any of them are watching out there, I'd like to think that I didn't torment you. And if I did, sorry. My bad. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. Anyways, yeah. That's funny. It wasn't me. I swear. Yeah, I think it does. I think you're right, Belle. It depends on the age difference. Absolutely. I think so. We should all get together one day and have an art party. Seriously, you know what? We should. We should. Too many limbs back there. Oh, all right. I mean it this time. Wait, back here? Or back here? Wait, are you talking about here? I don't know. Call an arborist. Let's get a professional opinion. Oh. Yeah. Cats Art Pics. You know what? That would be loads of fun. And like a Zoom party or something. Right. Well, I have to see. I'm with Ecamm. Not only can you go live, and yes, guys, I do have affiliate status with Ecamm. There are links in the description. But I'm loving it. However, what I'm saying is, I don't have the highest level, the pro one on the account. So as of right now, I can't add a lot of guests. But when I upgrade it, you can actually add guests. So like I could have multiple artists on live where everybody could see them or see what they were working on. Wouldn't that be fun if we were doing like, if one person was doing the like this, doing the painting, and a bunch of you were following, but we could see your work. We could see what you're working on. So I could like share them around the screen where you'd be like, hey, this is what George is doing, or this is what, you know, it'd be pretty cool. And you can chat live. So all the people that are on video can also be mic'd and can chat. Could get loud and crazy. Oh, that would be neat. It would be neat to do. Okay, please tell me nothing went wonky. All of a sudden, you're still seeing my... That was weird. Okay, you're still seeing my... You guys are still seeing everything on the screen, right? Because all of a sudden, it was like I had just connected my camera. A thing popped up. I don't know what my computer's doing. Gosh, I don't know if you guys can hear Blue down there. He is going crazy. My newest, or our latest parakeet, that's my parakeet, not my parakeet. I got him, and he decided Lou was his person. So. Oh my gosh, the dog is just howling again. Okay, so there's another tree. That one painted quickly. Still good. Thank you, Tara. I can get maybe 3 or 4 people in my studio at best. That's what Cat's Art Pick said. That's not what I'm saying. Yeah, no, I'd have to move a lot of stuff. I couldn't get that many. Well, I could, but I don't know that we'd all be comfortable. Okay, so back to I see. I have not been caught up. Let me get caught up. Because I asked that question to George, and he says trying the big blending sticks used with the graphite, not the smaller. Okay. I think the paper stick. Well, if you just use it to blend when it's on the surface, how about that? An outside party. I'm seeing that ahead of time because I'm like, I see chat in 2 different places. Tara said, I can't even get myself in my studio. That is brilliant. Oh, wow. Sorry. That's funny. Three to four is the mansion, 2 in mine, and stuff is getting knocked over. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, realistically, I could probably have 3 people working in here, maybe. Maybe if we all went like down the side, the wide way of the room. Excuse me. Yeah, see, that's my studio is one of the bedrooms, but it's one of the smaller rooms in the house. Oh my goodness. Yeah, could you imagine? Get Tara to come over from Ireland, get Starving to come from Australia in person. Wouldn't that be crazy? Although, and you can see the alcohol now. I would just like when I spritzed that, you could see it like it pushed everything away. So I know that the alcohol that's in, I probably should have shaken it a little better. There's not a lot of alcohol in that, so I could use just regular distilled water to spritz my palette. It just happened to be what's handy, so I used it. What time we got? Okay, I want another one here. So I think with this, as I put these on, and like I'm not even worrying. Like there's a tree right there. I'm probably gonna cover part of that, and that's fine. Jamie said her studio is her bedroom. I wouldn't have room. I wouldn't have room for all my stuff in my bedroom. I would not. And that is very true. You are absolutely correct. We would all learn a lot from each other. Oh my gosh. I'm seeing it. I'm trying to catch up so I can share that with you. I just saw what Starving dropped in the chat. Oh yeah, that's right. Because Terry, it's bonfire for you today. They have one day, right? You guys have one day a year you can do the bonfire. That is today. Yeah, see, I have to think about it. There it is. Unbelievable. One way. I so wanted to go to Australia and visit some point. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'll just Can I pack myself in an art crate? Send myself there? That would not work. No, folks, please, if you're watching at home, do not try to mail yourself to avoid the high cost of airfare. I was not saying that is a good choice. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Apparently sometimes I crack myself up. Oh. Okay, see, that's not supposed to go off. It's supposed to be silenced. My phone will actually do not disturb my computer as well. But yet, some reason, on Thursdays, that foolish alarm always tries to come through. And it doesn't need to on a Thursday anymore. See, so the more trees I do, the more congestion we're getting back there, which is great. Yeah. And I put this one higher, so it's going to be behind this one. So if there's any main branches that might be seen, I'm making sure that I put those branches behind them. Because you can see the stroke, the brush stroke in this. Which in acrylic is funny, because in acrylic, I'm always like, oh, I want to make it nice and smooth. And do you guys do that? Or are you just like, no, I want my brush strokes to show? Because I'll be like trying to make everything nice and smooth and there we go. See, I'm working that one down. So this, I will do that. I will work backwards. And then like from there, I'm like, okay, well, where did it branch off? Well, this one, the way it kind of bends here, I think is probably, it probably grew one this way. And every branch does not have to wide. Like, and that's another thing too. Like I'm noticing like, I need to be conscious of that, because my brain patterns will go, oh, we need to Y. Well, there could be one that just goes nice and tall and straight. Yeah. Jamie said most of her supplies are in her closet. So I don't really have a closet in my bedroom. I mean, I have a closet area per se. I don't know. It's a very old house. But I have another like kind of really small. Yes, I'm spoiled. I'm actually about to say this. So I have another small area just off of my room that would be like another room, if you would, but not really big enough to be a room. So it is my closet. It is my closet. And then after I turned that into my closet, Lou had the audacity to think he was getting space in there. It's like, we've got to set this straight. All right. I did. I did. I eventually gave in and gave him some space in the closet. So I had like put racks, like the clothes, racks. They have like the cubbies on one side, and then they're like, you can hang stuff and you can hang stuff. And so there was like a top one, and it was about 4 feet wide. I gave him that one. It's top. He's a guy. He didn't need the whole thing. I'm not being unreasonable. Probably being unreasonable. If you're watching the replay, don't get at me in the comments. Oh my god. Oh, poor Lou. Oh, like I can feel my face. I think I probably just went like 3. Yeah, red. There it is, red. Ah. Anyways. I think you're correct. I think a lot of them do use their fingers. Unless, people don't like to touch them, and then they'd probably use more tools. But I have a feeling that I'll have it all over me when I use them. Yeah, that price was crazy, starving. That was crazy. my supplies are all over this room. So, 15. Is that were you giving prices to go to Ireland? I need to get my passport. I need to get my passport. Then become YouTube famous. So in that order, passport, YouTube famous, to where you're making enough money so that you can, afford nice things like an art collaboration. Only instead of like the way that we did the art collaboration that you're going to see on Saturday, actually get on a plane and go. Wouldn't that be fun? That would be fun. Wait, kids don't fly free? What is this world coming to? Oh my gosh. Ooh, Belle's working on an elk. Oh, I would love. I would love to do an elk. They're gorgeous animals. Um, the answer to that Cat's Art Picks is it depends on what kind of a Zoom account you have, because if you don't pay for it, then no, you cannot have multiple people. I used to teach via Zoom. I had an art student that I taught via Zoom, so that is okay. Yeah, it's 5 o'clock, so I will say I'm not gonna go past 5:30. Okay, I'm not gonna. I was like, I've been trying to be more conscious and not go too late, and because I know, Joseph has cats that need to eat. Yeah, we need to be courteous of the pets and the people. So, although I could, and I'm going to do it for my patrons. I'm going to be every now and then. I'm just going to random, like when I'm working in the studio like this, I'm just going to pop on live, and it'll be unlisted, so only patrons will be able to see it through Patreon. But then that'll just be a hangout. Like if you have to pause, go do things, come back, like if it's just literally going to be hanging out. So if that's something that interests you, just saying. I want to start doing it more, because my goal is getting into a regular work schedule. Portland, Maine. Oh, here we go. So Portland, Maine, not the closest airport to me. Probably the cheaper airport to Sydney, U.S. today. If I had my passport, like pocket change. I won't buy art supplies for a month. I don't know how I'll get back. We'll work for airfare. Oh my goodness. Oh, that would be like, I would love to. Australia was like, that used to be a bucket list place for me for sure. For sure. I think maybe this guy has a little piece that comes this way. And by the time you get to the top here, you start to be where like they're all intermingling, so you don't have to worry about it too much. Oh my gosh, buy one, get two free. Could you imagine if they had it on airfare? Jacqueline said my studio is her living room and dining room. Yeah. Maybe start a GoFundMe for art studies. That's a good one. That'd be great. I'd like to study abroad. First, I'm gonna study. First, I'm gonna study in either Ireland or Australia. Yeah, that's funny. I'm like, how much of that? You know, I'd be painting, I'd be grabbing reference photos. My camera would not stop. And so, how much of that trip would the good old IRS let me write off? That this tree really he's a reacher, really reaching. There's some that he would not come in front of that tree. Keep that going the other way. And I was looking at like where they are at their bases. So this one was little, or this one needs to be behind it. So I'm not necessarily going to want to be putting brush strokes over top. We'll just fix that right there. Like, oh, so what is she doing now? Painting another branch. Sorry, guys. It's more about the company. Huh? Maybe? Maybe. And again, maybe you're like, no, it's really not. I came here to see something get finished. Sorry. Will be next time, for sure. One way or another. If you want me to continue that, because I do not have to do this for another week to do the big tree in front. I am more than happy to paint it off, to paint it when I'm not live, and then just share it. So let me know. And if you're watching the replay, drop me a comment. And if you are enjoying this whole process, then, smash that thumbs up button. Tells YouTube that maybe they should show it to more people. At least pass my channel on. And every little bit helps. I appreciate you. And the links are in the description below for everything that I'm using today. Full disclaimer, those are affiliate links. And everybody that's here live has pretty much been watching this process from the beginning. So the gouache was given to me by Lindsay, the Frugal Crafter. So I did not purchase this myself. Usually everything that I show you, I did purchase myself, but not this time. I just saw Bye Cats Art Pigs. If you are heading out, have a great rest of your day. Enjoy your weekend. I'm glad. Like, sometimes you just wonder, are they really getting sick and tired of it, or are they having a good time? I don't know. Ooh, a 12 by 13 art room. That's nice. Mine is probably, I think I am 9 by 11. I think my room is like 9 feet by 11 feet with the wall that's behind me. This is like an angle. So that definitely cuts off a section. But generally speaking, on the longest wall and the longest wall the opposite direction, it's like 11 by 9. Oh my gosh, that would not be good. That would not be good. I'd be like, can you imagine, like, it's not climate controlled in the luggage area of a plane. Do not try to mail yourself, people. Do not try to mail yourself. Do they even pressurize that? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how that would be at 30. That is 30. Anyways, however high they fly. I am not in aviation. I don't know. We can Yeah. Okay, Cat's Arctics. Yeah, let me know if you're still here or when you're watching the replay, if you watch the end. Message me on MeWe. Oh, well, wait a minute. Back then, wasn't it? If it was the Pony Express, does that mean they took a horse ride there? I don't know. I'm just, I'm teasing now. New York to Maine. Well, there is a trail, Joseph. There is a trail that leads from New York to Maine, but it would take a long time. Yeah, see, Bill goes hiking. Hike it. I don't know that I'd want to. I mean, I know that Joseph is like, he's done the Appalachian Trail or parts of before, and it actually comes through not far from my area. Actually, yeah, I want to say there's part of it not far from me at all. And I am liking this. I like this layer. Every layer that we get forward, I'm liking this painting more and more. I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? I'm liking it. So this, when I do next week, when you see the thumbnail, it's going to be the painting. So whatever I do in between, that will be, I'll use that in the thumbnail so you guys can see it. Yeah. Yes. Yes, Joseph. That's the one that's closest to me. That is the city. When I say I'm going to the big city, yeah, it's the great big old city of Bangor, Maine. No, it's Bangor. Just depends on where you're from. So that's the one. That's the one that's closest. Let's see. Oh, that's interesting. I don't even think about Skype anymore. Oh, that is cool. That is cool. See, didn't Corey say that you were heading out? But that's wonderful. Just keep hanging around. We don't mind. Um, huh? Wouldn't that be wonderful? Huh. Yes, I need to go study abroad. I need to travel. Um, maybe I could like hook up with the Travel Channel. Does the Travel Channel have a YouTube channel also? Can we hook up and do a collaboration? I'll do the art if you send me to the place. Hey, you never know. You never know. Don't you all take my idea now? Oh, somebody's out there watching, going, "Oh my gosh, I need to reach out to the Travel Channel." Would they send you? That dog is barking. Still, the dog is still barking. Like, do you not hear your dog trying to have a conversation with you? They don't bark for no reason. Just saying. So now, apparently, we know some of the things that like, I don't know if you guys. I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing it. The mic meter on it when it barks, but I'm just like, can we not hear him? They can. They're standing outside, and as I think like, yeah, they have my windows like right behind where you guys, right behind where you are. They're right behind you. Face the street, and or the front of the house which faces the road, so I can see across the way. And they posted something on that social media platform that has that marketplace where people want to get rid of their stuff. so other people can get their stuff. And anyhow, they're like, free! I'll be here all night. I was like, oh no. And this was yesterday. I was like, well, that's fine, as long as they don't do it tomorrow. Did not even start throwing all the stuff that they wanted to get rid of out on the lawn until like afternoon time. And then all of a sudden I saw people start showing up about maybe 15 minutes before stream time. I was like, I was not thrilled because I knew the dog has like one of those, you know, the collars, so it can't go past a certain, you know, certain boundaries, whatever. But it doesn't need, so it doesn't leave the yard. It's not tied up, but it doesn't leave the yard because the collar maintains it in the yard. But that doesn't stop it. It's not a bark collar. It doesn't hush its mouth. And if you're outside and he's talking, because you have strangers coming to your house all afternoon, perhaps you might think about, oh, I don't know, letting the dog relax in the house. Just saying. Just saying. Now you guys know what now you guys know what gets me going. Oh my gosh. Yep. Uncontrolled barking dogs. Because they don't bark for nothing. And I haven't even looked at the comments. I don't know. Does a barking dog bother you? Can you just like ignore the sound of a dog that wants to bark and bark? The other day I actually didn't get to work because I wasn't sure if it would come through, and I did not want to waste the time. It wasn't live, and I did not want to waste the time recording if I wasn't going to be able to use the footage. And our neighbor, a different neighbor, who you rarely hear their dog. The dog was outside and it barked for 3.5 hours. I kid you not, 3.5 hours. Did not stop. No one tended it. I'm like, and now the vehicles for the people who actually live there weren't home. But there was a strange vehicle there. So I don't know if they had visitors who just decided their dog needed to go outside and be left there for the day. That one's kind of straight. I was trying to make sure, like, I sent that one backwards. I didn't want, because I was noticing patterns and I'm doing it around the same area and I don't want that. I've got to break that up, which my big tree will break some of it up because like it's going to cut through here. So some of those will disappear when I put the big tree on. So that's good. But let's see. Winter here. Oh, see? So that's now. That's right now. Because you guys just had winter solstice. We had summer solstice. I just made a jumbled mess for myself with this tree coming back behind here. But yet in front of this one, behind this one, there's something to... Okay, I'm liking where we're getting here. I am. And, you know, if I didn't have to deal with summer, that's what I need to do. Just summer in Australia and winter in Maine. And then it would be winter all year long, except for fall. Because your fall will be our spring. And those are my two favorite seasons, fall and winter. So, yeah. Sounds good. That's too funny. Dylan is catching up the chat. The next door neighbor on Toy Story. Joseph, aka Sid. Oh my gosh. All right, so there's Cat's Art Pick saying, gotta go. And thank you. Thank you. You have a great weekend as well. Okay. Oh, now see, you said winter is about 62. 62 degrees Fahrenheit, 17 degrees Celsius. You want to come see a Maine winter? Come in January. Mid-January. Come on up then. It was negative 35 degrees Fahrenheit this January for about a week. For about a week. And yeah, see, that is spring. Yeah, 60, that's spring. That is absolutely spring. Actually, I mean, I'm wearing a sweatshirt today. Like, I've got a sweatshirt on over my shirt because I was thinking about that. So let me share that with you guys. I'll pause. I don't know. I feel like I want another. I think I want another one here. Maybe a little lighter. I'll probably paint one more, but I am going to, over this week, finish getting this background stuff done. Again, I will record it. I will possibly block in the tree. Possibly. But it will only be up to that point. So I'm not going to do the final fog, all the details of that tree. And I'd like to put some fireflies back in here. So that's my thought. And I'm like, might be too light. I need to darken. I need more dark. I may glaze a little bit too, but I'm going to record that and we will do one last live. But the beginning of the live will jump right in with what I've done. And I will share a sped up video with you of that. So that is my plan for next week's live. Thank you, Jacqueline. I'm really liking how this is like so far. I'm really digging it. I'm liking it a lot. And just like, I'm trying to see like how much space is this large tree going to come up and cover? Where do I need to add more through here? I'm going to get all that planned out this week. So that's what I'm going to be doing during the week. In the summer, the sun goes to Australia to cool off. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Thank you. Oops, I guess not. I don't know what you guessed. Not Belle. I'm still trying to get like caught up to where you guys are. It doesn't get that. It gets, we'll hit 90s here. I don't know. In the summertime, it will get hot. That is funny. A lovely day here is no. Now see that 95 degrees Fahrenheit, you can keep that. Like that's what I'm trying to avoid by going to Australia for summer so that I can have your 60 something degrees, because that would be still summer to me. It would be like, oh, just, leaving my Maine winter at negative 30 degrees and going to your lovely winter at 60 degrees Fahrenheit. It would be like beautiful summer for me. We would enjoy it so much. Yeah, how much humidity? That's a great question. That 95 degrees, how much humidity? You might have already answered this question. I'm trying to catch up to you guys. That is so true. So true, Joseph. Oh, that would also be me. I'm melting. It's just a myth. Water doesn't really make us melt. Yeah, 95. If the humidity is low, not too bad, but I still don't want to do it. And the humidity is like, oh my gosh. Yeah, when we were like down in Georgia's area, when we were in Virginia, that humidity down there, Southeast coast, U.S., no thank you. No. From about Maryland to Florida. Nope. It is so humid and it gets so hot and you walk outside and you can't breathe because your lungs are not sponges. They are not meant to suck in moisture. And that's what it feels like when you walk out in that. And all of you who are Southerners, You know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm just seeing, I have to share it with all of you. I don't even care. This is what I'm laughing at because I'm 5 years old and I think that is fantastic. Oh, oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, Jamie. I'm not sharing that about your neighbor. You guys are going to have to actually check out the live chat for that one. Oh, yeah, some things you just don't need to see. Okay. The humidity changes, but most often it's dry. This year summer's wet. And oh my gosh. I just, you know what? It has been great. And I hope you guys don't mind because I've had the most fun just hanging out and chatting with you guys and actually getting to pay attention to all the chat. And I think I am going to find a way that I can have where I can see the chat right down like kind of like here, just kind of offset. So I can see when you guys are more of what you're talking about, like in real time without my eyes having to wander all weird. Although sometimes it's hard to be working on what you're painting. That's Joseph. It's not the easiest. And when you try to like follow the chat, and I didn't know it was scrolling because apparently I went back and looked at something and yeah, I didn't know it was scrolling, so I got behind. And once you get behind, it's hard to catch up. Yep, see? Maryland, like pea soup. It's exactly the way I would describe it. It is not fun. You would assume wrong. You would assume wrong. Nope. Nope. You would definitely assume wrong there because I've been in Florida. I lived in Virginia. No. It is hot. It is so humid. Nope. It's nasty hot. I think like you have Florida. I don't know. I just want to believe that because it's that peninsula, you have that breeze that goes across. Like when we're on the Cape, it never feels as hot when we're on Cape Cod because you have the, it sticks out and comes up. It looks like, big arm. And you get breeze from the bay or you get breeze from the ocean side, and it's narrow enough that you pretty much have a nice breeze and it's not. But if it's stagnant, ugh. And Virginia is just like the humidity just sets on you, suffocating. Yeah. Yes. It so can. And that's Virginia is like it's like the rain does not cool things off. It just puts more moisture down that right back up into the thickness. You literally, it's like an episode of Scooby-Doo. Okay, if you've seen Scooby-Doo, and you get the fog, and they can like cut through it and then knock it out like a knife. Yeah, or like a door, cut through it with a knife and knock it out like with a door. So that would be it. Like that's literally how the humidity is today. Oh, so good. Yeah, no, there'd be no way, George. I was like, when I was in Virginia, it was AC. I had to have, but I can't breathe, and that's why I love to like where I live. Because that's one of the reasons I like to live where I live, because I just cannot breathe if it gets too hot. Nope. In fact, when it's like if I have a cold or congested or something like that, I love if it's wintertime because I'll walk outside in the freezing cold and just take a deep breath because then I can breathe. I can breathe in the cold, crisp air. I cannot breathe if there's humidity in the air. So, fun facts. Okay. We are going to, like I said, leave it there. I had a great time hanging out with all of you today, and I hope you did too. Thanks for being here and hanging out and sticking with me. And we got another layer done, which does not look very exciting. It's trees and it's branches and limbs. And if you don't know the difference, check the live chat on the replay and find out. We won't go there again. Oh. Exactly. Exactly, Joseph. Yes, it does. Steam cooks. Steam kills. Steam's terrible. The rain does not cool it off. Oh, yeah. That's too funny. All right. I had a great time hanging out with you guys. Thanks for uh thank you. Thank you. I hope that you guys are liking the progress. I'm liking the depth that it's starting to get. And I think once we have this more blocked and that fog like we see in the reference photo that's going to come through here, because we can rework some of this. So I started that like idea. This is going to be foggy here. And we're going to pick that up with more on top after the fact. So will it work? Won't it work? I don't know. I don't know, but we're going to try. We're going to have fun learning if it will or it won't. And this here, yeah, as of right now, I'd say I do not recommend. Don't use that if you have this. Do not use it over your gouache because that's the little Cornell, and this is the white transfer paper. Because clearly, now that that's dry, I can show you guys. Because look how it once it's dried, and they say it's waxless, but gouache is a water, basically it's opaque watercolor. And I would be putting down wax to get that effect in my watercolor. And if that's waxless, it's repelling the water-based medium there. So what am I going to do? I don't know, but that's why I might block the tree in. So I may block that tree in before I see everybody next time, so that I know, is this going to be a problem, or am I going to have to switch to acrylic gouache? And if I have to switch to acrylic gouache, I don't think it's going to be a problem. I do have a basic set of the Holbein acrylic. Yeah. Acryl. Anyways, I have a small set of the Holbein basic primary. Like, I think it's like black, white, yellow, blue, red. You guys have seen it. I've shown it in an old video. It was from an art box. And I'll just use that for the top layer. Because I know this won't go on that after the fact. But I would think if I know I've used this on an acrylic painting and the acrylic grabbed it just fine, then hopefully it also, the acrylic gouache would. But we'll see. I'm going to do some more research and see what I can do to get that squared away. I'll put the block in the base color of the big tree. So when I see you next week, you're going to be seeing finished back and the base of the tree. And then we're going to do everything from the details forward. Maybe some fireflies back there. Some, I don't know, something. It's enchanted. What's it? We need this to be a little more enchanting. A little more enchanting. Okay. Just checking to make sure there aren't any final things before I click to end. Oh, the school's out. A lot of schools are out. Okay. That's it. I am definitely still caught up, and if you haven't already, maybe do the things. And if you're watching on the replay, thanks for putting up with us. Please, if you watch this on the replay and you're here at this point, I hope you had the live chat going so that you were enjoying the conversation with us, and keep it going in the comments below. So drop us some more and say hi. Do you want to see this? I'm planning on one more live stream, but if you'd rather see it just as a, hey, this is it, I finished it kind of video, then drop me that too and let me know, because I do read all the comments, and your opinions and your thoughts are also important to me. Okay. Have a great weekend. Saturday, 8 a.m. Eastern Time, collaboration. I cannot wait for you guys to see it. It was awesome. Well, I think it was awesome. I had a lot of fun. I'm not even going to show you what was created because it's a secret. And then I will catch you guys in the chat Monday. I'm assuming Joseph is streaming on Monday, so I'll catch you in his chat on Monday. Which brings me to both of my moderators. Huge thanks, and their links are in the description. Check out their channels. I don't think there's anything else. I think that's it. Yep. I'll see you in his chat on Monday, and I will see you back here on Thursday live. Bye, guys. Have a good one.